Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dylan James. I'm a mindset coach that loves to specifically focus on relationships. However, what I talk about on my channel is not just limited to helping you in romance. This applies to interpersonal relationships, the relationship that you have regarding various topics in your life like money or career or school or goal achievement just in general. So although I typically speak within the scope of relationships, just understand that you can take these same premises and apply them to various areas of your life. Before we get into today's topic, I just want to remind you that life is not happening to you. It is happening through you. When you become the change you seek to experience, you're going to experience that change everywhere you go. You are showing the world how to treat you based on what you believe and feel about yourself at a core foundational and subconscious level. And you're creating your reality on a moment-to-moment basis, contingent on the meaning and the value that you assign to the things that are occurring around you. And if you are in circumstances or situations that you want to bring about positive change in, and you can really take a step back and see how you are valuing things in your mind, how you're characterizing them, how you feel in regards to that topic, and you can change those things into the direction that you desire in a very stable, mature, and sustainable way. As you persist with this confidence and knowing and reinforced belief and feeling state, you'll see that you will be able to materialize the desired objectives that you have for the change that you're creating. In today's video, I want to go back to just the basics very quickly and talk about why your mindset matters and why this is a really important component to life, and why your thoughts matter, and why how you value and assign meaning to things in your life matters, especially when it comes to assumptions that you're making about the people in your life. And my biggest goal on my channel is to always gear you in the direction of being the solution. And I don't want people to fall into the notion or idea that life is going to be perfect. The intention here is that I'm mentally preparing you to be able to persist through any sort of challenges or circumstances in your life and always able to come out on top. And that's not in a dominating way, because coming out on top to me means creating harmony and peace and love and peaceful coexisting with one another. So I want to talk about why what you're thinking matters, and I want to give some context regarding that, because I think a lot of people feel like, oh, if I change my thoughts, I don't understand how this is going to actually affect or create the change that I desire in my reality. Well, at the core of everything that I talk about, I say your number one skill that you need to adopt for life is your ability to emotionally self-regulate, which means, simply put, okay, this quote is from Eleanor Roosevelt: "Nobody can make you feel inferior without your consent." Right? And so if I want to create a life that is loving and happy and joyful and peaceful and abundant, then I have to realize that nobody can give that to me. Nobody can make me feel that way. Nobody can give that to me but me. It all starts with you. And so there's two things that govern the behavior and how we show up and how we materialize circumstances in our reality. The first thing is our feeling state, and the second thing are the beliefs or the thoughts that we have in regards to that topic. And your behavior, obviously, is going to materialize in how you respond, what you attract into your life. And so I want you to really see how important it is to recognize that the focus is always, always, always going to be on you and your mindset. We can sit here all day long talking about what everybody else is doing and how they're such a problem and how they treated us certain ways. But when it comes to being the solution and really creating what it is that you desire in your reality, You have to be able to see through all of that and decide for yourself, who am I going to be? What kind of change am I going to inspire? And how can I self-sustain that change within myself and persist in a way that's enjoyable for myself, that is trusting, that is confident, that knows that my value and who I am and how I'm showing up is going to be recognized and honored without me having to force it. It's very important. And that's why trust is a huge component of being able to really materialize the results that you desire. Because there's no way that I can just sit here. I mean, technically I could sit here and say, I'm a good person, why don't you treat me well? And I could build a whole argument for why I'm an amazing person, why you should treat me well. But to me, that's just a complete dislocation of your time and energy. I don't need to argue anything. I'm going to let this go. I'm going to know what I'm creating. I'm going to sustain my feeling state, and I'm going to believe that I'm going to be recognized, and it's not for me to force that onto anybody. When you begin to operate this way, there's an immense amount of respect and love and stability that you gain from yourself, but also from the people around you. So the main point of this video or this talk is to, again, bring it back home to realize that your thoughts and your feelings matter. When it comes to creating the solutions that you desire in your life, you are the only one that is really the determining factor. And I understand there's people that are in very pressing circumstances. I've been in very pressing circumstances throughout my life. We're all human. We've all been through suffering before. But when you truly recognize that I can affect and create change in my reality, not through force, but through being, you take all of the energy that you're spending on focusing on everybody else and you put it into yourself. This is what creates solutions. What I talk about on my channel is your ability to attract, create, and sustain things in your reality, but particularly attract. So when we think about attraction, what is attractive to us just generally? What is attractive to us just generally? Okay, so if we look at an individual, what is attractive to us is somebody that's confident, somebody that knows themselves, somebody that respects themselves, somebody that loves themselves, somebody that doesn't feel urgency, somebody that's able to remain cool, calm, and collected, somebody that is understanding and compassionate, somebody that can speak their truth and remove themselves if they need to. And so as much as we can sit here and say, all these other people are doing all these things to me, I can't believe this is happening, how do I change them? That there's a off in your approach when you operate life that way, because now you're trying to prove yourself to the people around you. How do I change them? You don't need to change them. You need to change you. This is what creates sustainable results in your reality. Now let's think about the long-term effects of this as well. Okay, so I was talking about emotional self-regulation earlier, right? Creating confidence and love and joy and peace and safety and security within yourself as a self-sustained state of being, which also really sets you up for success on an unconscious level because you're going out into your reality every day, making unconscious decisions, putting yourself in situations unconsciously that are a reflection of what you believe and feel you deserve. And so when you operate this way, you also filter your reality to always put yourself in a position that's desirable. But not only that, let's think about the long-term effects of shifting your thoughts and your beliefs. And this is not in an obsessive, hyper-focused way on individuals or circumstances. When I talk about changing your thoughts and your beliefs, I'm talking about you. So what's going to manifest something to you? Like I said, what is attractive to you? Somebody that is safe, secure, confident, knowing within themselves, right? So if I build a self-concept, if I do enough mindset work on myself to genuinely realize how amazing I am, how worthy, how deserving I am, and I can fully saturate myself in that feeling state and land there in a solid way continuously, then when I meet somebody or when I attract somebody into my life or I get into a relationship with somebody or I want to take my relationship to the next level, I'm not going to have those anxious, worried, needing, attached, forceful, manipulative thoughts. That is what creates dissonance. And when you start to change your thoughts, I want you to really take an honest assessment with yourself and the circumstances that have unfolded in your life, and have the ability to humble yourself down and say, how did I contribute to this? Because if I didn't think this way, if I didn't react this way, if I didn't feel insecure about X, Y, and Z, would any of these situations actually unfolded? And you're going to see, if you can really take a step back, you're going to see, no, they wouldn't have. You would be in a completely different reality. Nobody is perfect in your life. The human experience is not here for perfection. So you're going to attract people into your reality that do mirror back to you whatever your fears and doubts and insecurities are. Not because they're a shitty person. We're all wounded. We've all been through difficult life circumstances. That doesn't excuse harmful behavior, and abuse is a completely different topic, which I've talked about on my channel before. When you shift your self-concept, if you're in abusive circumstances, you're going to see that as you build your beliefs, you're going to lose the desire for that person. But what I'm talking about is there's always going to be variance, okay? And especially when it comes to a relationship, this is about growth. What makes a relationship sustainable? Your ability to grow. And what gets in the way of growth? Doubt, fear, and insecurity. So when you actually change your thoughts and you place the focus on you and you build a really strong belief system within yourself, regardless of how your partner is showing up, you're always going to be able to nurture the solution. Not through judgment of them, not through force on them, but through compassion and recognizing that, oh, I've had wounds too. In fact, how you're acting, I can actually see how I would act that way with my beliefs. This is about operating through compassion, not through control. So when you change your thoughts and you really look at how things can unfold, you're going to see that there's going to be a very, very different unfolding in your reality in the approach. Let's say in one version of you, you're insecure, you're doubting, you're not trusting, you're reacting, you're feeling betrayed, you're feeling possessive and controlling and needing and wanting, versus, okay, an interaction where you're feeling stable, secure, chosen within yourself, confident within yourself, self-sustaining your feeling state, knowing that you can create the solution, no urgency, trusting, creating the space for the people in your reality to grow because you are a growing individual as well too. Recognizing that people don't want to harm you, that people around you love you and they want to support you, and there's misunderstandings and miscommunications that occur. When you can operate that way, then those misunderstandings and those miscommunications get smoothed over so quickly because you're not quick to react through pain. You're quick to create solutions through love and compassion. So the long-term effects of shifting your beliefs create a level of transparency, safety, security, and growth in your relationships that is sustainable. That is why your thoughts and your mindset matters. When you show up as the most attractive, stable, secure version of yourself that is not attached, not needing, that is doing things for yourself because you deserve to feel the way that is in alignment with what you want to experience in life, happy, secure, stable, abundant. When you can take the whole focus off of trying to get something from everybody and give it to yourself, and also show up in a way where you can love others freely, you're going to see that that creates the life that you desire. So the approach that you should always, always, always be taking with any of the material on my channel is to recognize that getting what you want is a byproduct of being the version of yourself that can have it. As you actually place the entire focus on yourself, your feeling state, becoming the best version of you. And when I say best version of you, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with you right now. What I mean is the version of you that is most authentic and confident and stable and secure within yourself. When you become that version of you, And you drop the insecurities and the comparison and the worry and the fear and the wanting to control, and you remember and recognize yourself again, and you fall in love with yourself again, that is when other people can fall in love with you. So just make sure the approach that you're taking with the results that you're creating in your life is balanced. This also applies to other aspects, so career, right? And I see this in the comments on my channel all the time. As I become more and more confident, people in my workplace are noticing that I'm glowing, and they're asking me, like, what changed? You did. You have to be the change you want to experience. And if you're really urgent or needing something from people outside of you, you need this relationship, you need this solution now, you're not being the version of yourself that can actually have it. You need to be able to take a step back from that and look at yourself and say, what am I actually feeling? What am I actually believing? Let me work on myself. Let me respect and love myself. This is also important too, because I say on my channel that your reality is like a mirror. People are reflecting back to you what you dominantly believe and feel about yourself. So if I dominantly believe and feel that I can always create the solution, that I am confident, stable, secure, chosen within myself, and then no matter how you're showing up, I'm going to be able to create that experience. Where you will get caught off is if you have this unrealistic idea or expectation that everything's supposed to be perfect, and the moment a challenge pops up that you're doing something wrong. No. There's going to be variance in your reality. Your ability to create the solution is only contingent on what you believe and feel. And once you believe and feel that, nope, you know what, this isn't going to be my story, I don't have to accept this, I'm going to go in this new direction, I'm going to be confident, you're going to see that you have the ability to really create change in your relationships. And from that vantage point, the solutions will be born. So I hope you gained some knowledge and some insight from this podcast. As always, I love you all so much. There's no limit to what you can create in your life. Nothing is permanently damaged. If something is important to you, don't give up. Just make sure you're taking an approach that feels good and prioritizes you. Have a good day.